Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over another person who hit legend. They are currently rank 1 on the leaderboard. Their name is PGS or XPGSX Denextro. So I'll put a link to their Twitter below. I saw their team on Twitter, like I just said, or X, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, their team is going to be Azumarill in the front with Bubble, Ice Beam, and Play Rough. And then the back line is going to be Skeledirge with the normal moveset and Shadow Alolan Sandslash with the normal moveset as well. This is going to be the first time this season, I believe, of me using Alolan Sandslash. So definitely an interesting pick. Obviously good against the Azus, good against the Charmers, good against Bastiodon and Victory Bell. So a lot of those you're hearing about are the fast attack teams. Shadow Victory Bell, Bastiodon, Shadow Dragonair, Wigglytuff. These are things that you're seeing a lot of in the meta Azumarill as well. So yeah, a bit of a safe lead, but if you are going to be losing lead, I more often than not switched into Alolan Sandslash just because it has the better coverage to deal with other things. Whereas if I switch into a Skeledirge and they have a Bastiodon in the back, I'm just screwed. But yeah, and then I saw actually a Carbink today, which I haven't seen in a very long time, so that's interesting. Maybe Carbink making a comeback. It is very bulky. It's obviously very bad against Skarmory, which you see a lot of. And then Skarmory against Alolan Sandslash, it's an interesting matchup. It's pretty close. The problem is that the Steel Wings are doing neutral, whereas the good part is that their charge attacks are both flying type, Sky Attack and Brave Bird, which you obviously resist as a Alolan Sandslash there. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the video. But first, if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't, or if you have hit the subscribe button or you think you have, go ahead and double check and see that you have it or haven't. And if you haven't, definitely click it. And let's get into the battles. All right, everything's right there on the left side of the screen. Incinerate, Disarming Voice, Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, Ice Punch. Oh yeah, we're using the Shadow Claw variant of Alolan Sandslash. I probably should have said that. Very first game going in with this team, Dragonite is obviously great for Azumarill. This is where you want to be with Azumarill. This one I do remember being a weird one just because I didn't want to throw right away, and I figured I'll just let them throw. Then they stayed in a little bit on the even after the superpower, which I thought was odd. And then they try to catch here on Azumarill. They're going to try to catch a Ice Beam, which is obviously resisted. I do come in with my Sandslash. I try to do good timing here. Again, it's 1-4-7 on 2-turn moves versus 3-turn moves. So throw on 1, 4, or 7 Shadow Claws. I might be willing to shield here. We got Hydro Pumped. That's bad. Damn, I should have shielded that. Even if it was a Play Rough, we should shield it because they actually do cause a lot of pressure with the Play Rough and the bubbles. And I know I can use that energy against the Dragonite as well later. But it's okay. They actually hit us with another Hydro Pump here. I'm at full energy though, so I'm going to throw this Ice Beam, which probably should be able to KO the Azu. And still have an Ice Beam available for the Dragonite. But it is a Venusaur here, which is not great for me. But we can get an extra little bit of energy here with the Incinerate. I actually think I'm going to go for a 2-shield Incinerate down. Oh, they're actually going fully for the fast attack down. So I'm going to go for double Disarming Voice right here. I probably can go one more Incinerate and actually just go for the Incinerate down. Trevenant obviously is a really bad lead. They do come in with a Dugong. Again, this is 2-turn timing versus 3-turn timing, which is 1-4-7 for our Shadow Claws, and they do shield the first one. Makes sense. You do actually live the drill run, which I said in one of my videos last season when I wasn't using this team, so I decided to let it go. They ended up going for the bait. We double resist Icy Wind. We double resist these Ice Shards that are coming through for the fast attacks as well. It doesn't look like the next drill run is going to be enough to KO, but now I think I can win switch, so I decide to shield. I think they baited again, which I guess is fine. I go for 4 turns before throwing this move just in case it KOs. It definitely doesn't. I don't know what I'm thinking. But I can throw probably an Ice Punch here And even though it's double resisted and we're 2 times attacks debuffed, this probably does KO. I think they end up shielding it, and then they end up leaving the game because they shielded that move, I guess. I think they didn't need to leave there. They were definitely going to get us KO'd, or maybe... I guess we were going to win Switch no matter what, but our Skeledirge doesn't do that good against Trevenant, so that's something we need to stay away from. Especially they had an energy lead, so they would have had the Shadow Ball. I don't know. I think they preemptively left that game. But we go into a Sandslash matchup of our own. I try to go for the Play Rough. They go for the Drill Run again here. We do live this, barely, I believe. So I'll have to throw in bad timing here just in case I get KO'd. Although I think I technically would have lived... Well, I would have lived 1. I don't think I lived 2, which means, yeah, that's scary for us. Probably going to come in Skeledirge, try to snipe this down with an Incinerate. They end up coming in with a Mantine. And I do have Sandslash for this, and I'm really hoping that... I'm really hoping Skeledirge has some play in the back here. Obviously, these Ice Punches are going to do a decent amount. It's a question of whether or not I think they're going to go for another Water Pulse here, or if I think they're going to go for an Aerial Ace. If they go for an Aerial Ace... Oh, and we actually CMP here, so I think I'm going to be all in on the Skeledirge, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to let this go. Oh, they let it go. Okay. Okay. Well, they have a move still on Alolan Sandslash, so that's really bad for us. The only thing is, I do have a lot of energy here, because since they did come in with the Mantine, we were able to get 2 Incinerates worth of energy coming through here. Just realized my camera is, like, not pointing at me. Alright. Sorry about that. They do get the boost. We get some weird delay here. And I think them trying to catch a move here is really a mistake for them, because they had energy on Sandslash, which means now all I have to do is get to this Disarming Voice. They're at 8, 9, 10. They can only get to another Sandslash here, or Night Slash here, because they'll be at 5 after this. And that'll be GG. And Night Slash not enough to KO us there. Gligar, fantastic lead. They switch into Wigglytuff, fantastic switch. Oh, I think this person gets super greedy here. So I decide to eventually throw the Disarming Voice. I end up throwing on greedy timing here. Oh, unless this is CMP. If this is CMP, it's fine. No, it was really bad timing. Okay, so they get an extra charm through, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to farm down after the Disarming Voice, and then they decided to shield, which I did not think was going to happen, and now I'm just like, whatever, I'll KO, and they shielded again, but I get to another Disarming Voice, so really weird matchup here. Bad timing on my part on the first throw. Should have thrown before. And they just leave. I have 2 shield advantage against whatever they have in the back, which probably is like a Bastion. Lickitung comes in here, and I decide to go for a little bit of extra energy here on the Azumarill. And then I'm trying to hope for them to throw on bad timing. They have a Best Buddy Lickitung, which might come in handy for them if they are wanting to outbulk me here, which I think they're probably going to be able to do. We did allow them to get a lot of energy. Luckily, that energy doesn't really go to a good cause here, I guess, but they have a ton of energy, and we have to really be cognizant of that. I think what that means is I'll probably end up coming in with Skeledirge. I'll probably end up letting this Sandslash go, come in with Skeledirge, try to farm this down. Even if it gets to a Power Whip, which I do believe it will get to, I'll at least get a lot of energy coming out of this matchup and hope that... Okay, Lantern here is obviously really bad for me, but it does have Water Gun, so I'm going to switch. Just going to let Azumarill try to get through this. I probably will end up using both shields here if they try to go for 2 moves. They probably bait in the first one, but the bait's tough here because even one Thunderbolt doesn't actually KO. So if you were to go for a bait and I don't even shield, you're really screwed. But yeah, we get the good shield off here. Trying to remember what was in the front. I think it's a Gligar. Gonna end up shielding this again, and I think I'm not really good at the Water Gun counts. So, oh yeah, it was the Wigglytuff. So I go for the move here just to try to elongate the clock so that I can get my switch back. And I do get the switch here. And now it's a matter of, do I go for 3 in the Disarming Voice, which will CMP? And I do decide that is a very good idea. Because it gives me 1 Incinerate worth of energy still in the back here. And their switch is going to be down, so if they do come in with the Lantern, I can go for a Shadow Ball. They end up throwing here. And now this is a little bit weird. I am in Thunderbolt range, but they're going to probably try to catch on me, so I decide not to throw any moves right away. They come in with the Lickitung. I get the farm down and I get the play rough. This is just a Surf, and Azumarill is super bulky, y'all. This isn't even going to be close to KOing. Yeah, I have like 10% HP still. Maybe I have like 7-8%, but you guys get what I mean. All right, another Gligar lead. They come in with Skarmory. I instantly swap to Skeledirge. This could be the Skarmory Gligar team that I posted a couple days ago that I've already forgotten. I think it's... Oh, God, is it the Venusaur team? I really don't remember. Anyways, we go for the Shadow Ball, which is going to KO. The Disarming Voice would not KO from here. They end up shielding, and that's fine. I'm going to go for, I think, my last shield and go for farm down here. At least this energy is going to be neutral into things, especially since I think the Gligar is coming back in. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball. I don't have enough for a Disarming Voice, and they're at 3 now. I could go for a swap, but I decided to go for the Disarming Voice here. This is only a Aerial Ace, which I live, and then I can get a farm down here. They actually come in with Annihilate. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do here. I could just... Oh, I'm going to be able to almost get the farm down here. I guess I was going to come in with Skeledirge, and they were going to throw their energy because Azu's good against both things that are left since the Gligar is still in the back. But that's good to know. Was this another Gligar lead? So I guess another Shadow Gligar here. They can go for a shield here, and the problem is they're going to get to another dig here. I'm going to live the dig. The problem is, do they get to an Aerial Ace after this, or are they going to switch as well? If they switch, I don't care about them catching a move because I'll be so far ahead. Ends up being a Poliwrath. Oof, this is actually tough, though. Going to come in with the Skeledirge. Oh, Poliwrath, it could be the Annihilate team in the back, and I think I'm thinking about that, but we also posted this team as well. I'm going to go for the Disarming Voice. I think I'm going to go for another shield here. We have to be worried about a possible catch on the Gligar, though. I think I ended up shielding anyways, and at this point I realized it could be the Annihilate team, but yeah, I'm going to throw the Disarming Voice. I have a lot of energy. The question is, do I instantly throw another Disarming Voice? It would KO the Gligar. Or, well, at this point, I'm not scared of that. This is probably another Icy Wind or the Power Up Punch, I guess. Do I just throw a Shadow Ball, or am I... It looks like I'm just going to try to catch something here. End up seeing this. But we actually get the extra claw through, so I end up just being able to throw this into it. Now I have to be able to survive. I still have a move on... Whoops, my phone is going off. Let me D&D that. Yeah, as long as we get one move off here, I know I'm going to win CMP. They're going to go for 2 moves here for sure. They're going to go for a Thunderbolt Surf because we're not in the Surf range. They get to it here, but we win CMP, and I believe I have a Shadow Ball, but I know I have a Disarming Voice for sure, so I go for the left side. They're already low enough that a Disarming Voice is going to be enough here to KO. Oof, grass lead. But if they do have like a Bastiodon here... Oh, I went one over. Yeah, they do have a Bastiodon, but luckily we do have the Sandslash into this. I'm obviously going to maximize my energy. It's another 2-turn versus 3-turn matchup, so I'm going to go 1-4-7 unless I'm about to die, and then I'll throw just whatever. They do come in with a Bastiodon. At least we're able to get this pretty far down. If they do let it go, we're so good. If they don't let it go, you know, whatever. I maybe should have gone for double Ice Punch there at the end, but they're only going to get one... what's this move called? Stone Edge through, and I'm hoping to get a little bit of extra energy here. They do have another Steel type here in the back. I definitely am going to go for a bait, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go for the bait, but I'm going to make sure I'm on good timing here. It's a 5-turn versus a 3-turn, so you want to go 1 Incinerate every time if you can. If you can't, Definitely go 2 and do not go 3. I'll tell you that much. So we are able to farm it down, which is very good for us. They're not able to get to that last move, which they were actually at, but they luckily died to that Incinerate. And then I just go for double Disarming Voice. I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can while allowing one Incinerate to go through every time, which is, again, good timing for a 5-turn move versus a 2-turn move. You want to go on odd timing for Incinerates for 5 turns. I switch into Alolan Sandslash, and then I figure they're going to try to switch. So instead of letting them go for the switch on 6, I throw my Ice Punch right away just to try to elongate the timers. Then it seems like I guess they're going to stay in. Interesting outfit by the opponent. They're a monkey. They got the monkey suit, the monkey onesie on. You know, there's an interesting story with that, but I won't go through it. Someone went to a Halloween party in a onesie like that one time. Anyways, I think I'm going to live this Body Slam, so I allow it to come through. And then it's a matter of, do I think I can get to the Drill Run? And I think I can. So I don't know my IVs at all on Shadow Sandslash. Not exactly a mon that I use much. And I think I end up coming with a Skeledirge here, which is fine. It's definitely worth a lot of energy here, but the problem is they have a ton of energy, and although we resist all of these moves, I get hit by 2 of them, and that's really not great. But I assume Azumarill does have... Why am I saying it weird? Azumarill probably does have a lot of play against everything in the back, and they end up coming in with a Gligar. I'm going to go for this Shadow Ball, and I think I'm probably going to go for a Disarming Voice also. My Skeledirge is getting super low. Oh, I saved the Disarming Voice. Nice. All right, Venusaur comes in. I still have the Disarming Voice, and I probably can farm down a Venusaur if it gets really low. I also have 2 shields, and the question is, do I use both shields here, or do I save a shield for the Skeledirge? I guess we'll just do... This is not enough to farm it down, so I'll probably let this... I'll probably shield this, and let my Azumarill get to this Ice Beam. Now, Switch Clock is going to be close to getting up on both sides. The question is, can I catch a move here? And I think I'm not able to. Oh, I remember this game. I make an amazing play here. Okay, I decide to just fully wait 1 turn, and then I threw in the middle of their move, which was not good, by the way, but they ended up switching after the 1 turn, or after the 2 turns. So I waited 1 turn, and I got 1 turn lag, which actually saved me completely in that game, because if I didn't get that lag, I still would have thrown in the middle of a Vine Whip, I think. But to be fair, also, if I didn't get that 1 turn delay, I also would have seen more of the move coming through and maybe would have waited that 2nd turn. But anyways, I thought it out, and I was like, the only way I win is if they just randomly switch into Gligar here, and I throw him with a Gligar. So I'm pretty proud of that one. Second Fly doesn't KO us here, so I'm going to let it come through. I'm going to go 1 more bubble and then throw an Ice Beam. And then they decide to switch, so I switch into Sandslash. You know, I've been just switching instantly into Sandslash when they show a normal type, and I think that's because I haven't seen Vigoroth in quite a while, but I really shouldn't be doing that because it could be Vigoroth. But oh well, it's been correct every time this way through. I haven't seen Vigoroth in quite a while, if I'm being honest. They let me get to a 2nd Drill Run here. They could have thrown before me getting to that move, so I'm going to be fine with this. It's really going to allow me to possibly get to this Ice Punch before they think. Although I'm getting that Drill Run. Oh, is Drill Run 665? From Shadow Claw? I did not know that, to be honest. Again, not a mon I use a lot. I go for the move to that because it's going to KO this Lickitung and hope that Skeledirge is going to be my saving grace here in the back. Oh, I think this guy plays this one weird. I think if they try to catch, they will lose this game, even with the Night Slash bait there. And they end up going for the catch on the Talonflame because this is enough damage for me to get through this. And I'm going to get the farm back no matter what anyways through the Incinerates. And I don't care about the flies, so I don't need to shield this. I can save my shield still for that Annihilate. And now I have 2 Disarming Voices. So if I were them, I would have just baited again on the Annihilate, gotten both my shields, then go for the Night Slash damage on the Annihilate as well, and then hope that Talonflame can win the game in the end, because the Talonflame still had like 30% HP. Alright, they come in with a Azumarill after doing a little bit of damage to me. You know, kind of the same thing we were doing. But yeah, Azumarill's not that scared. Weird shield here. Okay, now I feel like I need a wind switch. Oh, I think I need a wind switch here, and I think I fail doing enough damage. Okay, they shield the first move. Bad timing by them. I really am trying to wind switch now, and I go up to 7 here because I know I can go to the max because they went to play rough, which is 6 bubbles. Then they went to play rough again, which is 5 bubbles the second time. They end up going for a shield. I really shouldn't have shielded this because I know that a drill run's not enough, and I don't think I can make it to an ice punch. I probably should switch here, to be honest, and try to bubble down, but I really assumed that I could get there, and whatever. I get a bubble through, which is nice, but they have a Grassmon, and they don't switch out fast here, so I'm like, okay, they're going to Acid Spray, but it's also kind of early for Acid Spray. They actually just Leaf Blade, and they come in with a Skarmory. 1, 2, 3. They're going to get to their next move before I do. So they can throw a Sky Attack here. Maybe I should have thrown. But actually, I think it was fine here because I knew that I could just farm this down with the Azumarill and then get to the Ice Beam on the Victory Belt. That's what it was. That's why I didn't throw the move. Just didn't want them to get extra farm, possibly. Although, Incinerate would have KO'd before they did enough damage, and that's GG. You saw I really didn't click the bubbles there at the end. I think that was going to be my last game of the day. So I was like, whatever, I'll just... Well, actually, I have 3 more sets. Or 4 more sets? I think I have 4 more sets today still. But no, I only had 5, so I have 3 sets. This was 2 sets worth here. Anyways, I was like, this is going to be my last game of the day. I already know this is going to KO. I barely wanted to even touch the screen. But yeah, GG's to all my opponents. This team was very good. Obviously, this person is this second legend of this season, and there have only been 2 legends from what I've seen when I looked at the leaderboard, only 2 ranked 24s. So yeah, shout out again to PGS or XBGSX Denextro. Again, I'll link to his Twitter below, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Hopefully, if you like this video, hit the like button, and if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. And yeah, again, I'll see you in the next one.